what I love about ZZ is they actually ask for feedback. I think this is really important. I see this as an initiative from the team where they actually listen. There will still be a certain amount of players where they really take this seriously, and I'm one of them. So right now, I want to record my thought process and let's see how it goes. The event is interesting, somewhat agree. I will be honest that I've went through this event. One of those reasons are, of course, the reward. I needed the polychromes. Somewhat agree because first, I'm interested with how the dynamic of Evelyn and Astra works and how involved Wise and Bell were on this event. So I think I don't have anything that peaked that made me super interested. So I want to keep it in between strongly and neutral. It's not neutral for sure. Like I'm not dead faced all throughout. I still felt things. I'll give them that. The story moved me for a while. There are some parts that made me feel moved. I'm hooked. And then there are some parts where it's okay. Because I feel like there's not much payoff for the antagonist on this part, on this story, for the ending part. Like the wife of the deceased idol that Astra is admiring, for the basically one of the big reasons why she's so inspired to perform. It didn't give that much payoff. The moment that she got revealed that she's the one behind everything that's being planned against Astra. Like yes, it's really suspenseful with how they managed to integrate the fight scenes with the climax of everything. The ship is falling off from the sky. So yeah, I feel like there could have been more eureka moments when she got revealed. Kasi yeah, there's not much payoff There's not much payoff when she got revealed that oh, she's the one behind everything. But okay, that's pretty much it. There's not much deep impact when I learned that she's the one behind everything. And compared to the main story where, oh, Bringer can be this big of a deal because he turned into a monster. I'm not asking for the wife of the former idol to become an ethereal, but at least somewhat make everything almost impossible for the subject or the protagonist to make anything work. The overall experience was smooth. I didn't encounter any obstacles. I strongly agree. This is where I will strongly agree. Everything is smooth. There's a balance of texts. There's a balance of having comics to be visually storytell to me what part of the story I'm at, and also cinematics. Let's be in the average of my experience. So if I have very satisfied for the technical experience and somewhat satisfied for the relevance and how it gave me an impact in terms of the story to me personally, subjectively, I will be in the field of somewhat satisfied. Plot, okay, somewhat satisfied, of course. Art, very satisfied. Character design and presentation. For some reason, it's not memorable of how the antagonist looks. So she's somewhat, forgettable. So I think that's what made it a little less for me. I didn't even know what the idol looks like. He's just a name throughout. Maybe that's why it is a little disconnected to me. Now, I don't know what they look like. They are the most important inspiration to Astra, but I don't know what they look like. Commission stage experience. There's only so much that they can reward me, but I could have had more. Technical, very satisfied. Rewards, a little low on the lower end. So let's go in the middle. How do you feel about the following characters are portrayed in this chapter? Portrayed. Okay. Satisfied then. Satisfied also. How do you feel about the portrayal and performance of the protagonist in this chapter? They're big fans. They're simps, of course. I feel like there could have been more visually presented interaction of how they interacted with the people involved. Well, to be fair, they've talked with Hugo. I feel like they did well. Although, again, I can't give this so easily. I acknowledge that they're not the main character for this, but for the very least, their participation is somewhat okay. They did a big part for communicating with Eve in the end when the star loop is crashing down. Yeah, they had a big part for defusing the bomb and whatnot. So yeah, not much impact before that part. Yeah. How do you feel about the Astrayao themed event specialty event stages? Somewhat satisfied. I feel like the enemies could have been a little more tankier and a little more in terms of quantity because I wasn't able to get a feel of how they play. It made me invested a little, but prior to the stages, I'm already looking into Eve's banner and Astra's banner. So if you're asking me on a marketing standpoint, if I'm not sold with the character before playing this, it wouldn't have any much impact to me. But since I'm already interested and invested before playing these stages, yeah, it would need more effort for me because I want to get a feel of how they work. And with Eve's, especially Astra's, playability. The playability's duration was a little short. I can't cast their ultimates that much because there's only few enemies to fight within these stages. So that's what made me a little somewhat satisfied. Random. Oh, I'm familiar. Yes. Overall satisfaction. Somewhat satisfied if it's an overall experience. We have different preferences. The rewards could have been more. Not in a way where I'm so benefited from the event. Like there's so much rewards, but I feel like the reward is too little. So that's one. Second is I understand that hiding the cover, the movie cover or the movie art somewhat makes the challenge a little more challenging. So I'll give them that. I feel like there's not much stakes for me, but I'm also giving them the benefit of the doubt that they didn't make this so difficult that players will reject playing this, because I feel like they're trying to make people a little interested what the movies in the canon lore is. But again, satisfaction, somewhat satisfied. Could have been more. I'm not asking to make it a little more difficult, but at least I think this is a little too much to ask. But having the same animation since the NEPS event where they filing a report, they smile, they get sad, at least maybe handing them over the movie art, or if it's too much to ask, maybe not animating it but showing the movie art of what we gave them, so their reaction would have been more connected to the player. That, oh, she smiled at me because I gave the right movie, yes, but at least I'm seeing what movie I'm trying to hand over to them. That would have been nice. I'm not asking for an animation where they're actually receiving the movie, but at least maybe show the movie art of what I gave them. So somewhat satisfied as well. Textual elements, that's where I'm satisfied. Because of course, I'm glad that I'm able to skim through it when I'm really not in the mood, and at least they're giving hints which movies I should get. There are some parts where it's so obvious. There's this one part that I got it wrong. So that's something that I enjoyed. It made me regret that I skimmed through it, that I actually got a mistake from it. So I love that I'm being challenged with that, at least from my experience. Event rules are clear and easy to understand. Yeah, I'll give them this. It is convenient to participate in the event, view information, and select the options. Going to Reverb Arena is okay. I think if I am not super invested with the event, well, of course, for being rewarded, I was not reminded to go there. I just know that when I log in, I need to go there. But if a player barely gives care to actually join this event, I would forget. There's no visual reminder for me to go back there besides the internet menu. So somewhat agree. The overall experience was smooth. I didn't encounter any obstacles. Yes. Oh, wow. I almost forgot about this. I'm aware of this event and participated in it. Yes. Overall experience for a web browser type of minigame, yeah, I'm very satisfied. Especially this is a teaser for the upcoming chapter. And given that this is a side character story and they have a dedicated web minigame event, this is a lot. I know the rewards could have been more, but this is a lot for giving players the room to become creative and actually have at least lore interaction with it. You're trying to create your own ticket. I love that. I love that. Event storyline, yes, very satisfied. What are the main reasons you are satisfied with the should I be at the web event? Okay. Yes, the overall theme of creating tickets, yes. That's so big to me. Event rewards are attractive. Not really. Well, yeah, average. It's not a wow, I'm getting so much. I didn't know where the hell my rewards went. Obviously, it's gonna be in the mail, but it didn't notify me where it went, or at least letting me know, hey, your rewards are sent to your email. So that's dope. That's one thing. The event gameplay is novel and fun. Okay. I like the story of this event. Yeah, I do like it. The event rules are clear and easy to understand. Not really. It took me a while to actually grasp. I like how Astra is portrayed in the event. She wasn't that much interactable. She's just on the side, but obviously that's part of the story. But there's nothing much acknowledgement the moment that we quote unquote won the ticket design, at least individually, canonically, on each participant of this event. So it's okay. It's not the best, so I'm not gonna check that. I like having to complete missions to advance the plot. Not for me, but it's a good thing, yes. The web page experience is smooth, and the loading speed is fast. Okay, yeah, that's good. Web page experience. Personally, no. I like the story, yes. I don't love the story. So love is like the farthest level. Like is in the middle. So I'll have it here. Everything is so smooth. I need to commend that part here. The story can be already here in the overall theme. I know these two were separated for that obvious reason, but for me to accommodate the experience for me using the web page, I need to sum up the story experience to me, even if it's not the farthest or the ultimate impact or experience for me. I'll put it here. Task difficulty is fairly reasonable. It is, but it's not enough for me to put it at check. So I think I'm good. Oh, I love this! The 2048 event. Yes, I'm aware and I participated in it. Yes. The rewards are really good in this. How would you rate your overall experience? Oh, very satisfied. I wish it's an official minigame that I can go back to from time to time. Event rules are clear and easy to understand. Yes. It's so good. And the story is even good. That everything is a dream, I believe. Yeah. Overall experience was smooth, yes. The time and effort required to obtain the desired rewards are reasonable. Dude, the rewards is so achievable. You just need to barely reach the bare minimum score and you can enjoy the game afterwards. So if this kind of game comes back around, then they can give more rewards, but a little more length in terms of completing all the challenges. That would be so nice. Yeah. Having this inside Godfinger would be nice. Another different version of it. Event rewards are attractive. Yes, yeah. This is more rewarding compared to the Astra story. So, if you're having me go through the whole lore, interactive, immersive story for Astra, and having this done, and it gives me more rewards from my experience, so, right? So, kind of makes sense in terms of the contrast of those two events to me. What are the main reasons you're satisfied with the event? Okay. Event stages were fun. I love the art design. Yes. Different event stages are fresh and unique. Okay, I'll check this for now. I like the story of this event. Yes. So, we're going through the event stages. Design, story. Okay. Rules are clear. Yes, but not worth for me to check. Event rewards are attractive. I want to give them this. The time and effort needed to obtain. Well, if getting the rewards is that reasonable to get, I would have it under the event stages for fun. I like the page design and art style. It needs to be acknowledged. I want to give them the information that I actually liked it. I loved it. It should be loved. I like the story of this event. Yes. I like how simple it is that they need to help out their friends. Photo wall, somewhat appealing. I wish I could place more. Asking for more pictures would be a little demanding, but I feel like it really satisfies me that these pictures are coming from the actual key lore events from what's happening in this universe. I feel like what can be very appealing to me is I can have my own screenshots and post it on a different memory board, because this super satisfies me canonically wise, but I don't have anything on a personal adventure for my commissions of the agents. So, for example, there's this event where I'm using an ethereal weapon camera. I wish I can have that and put it on a memory board. Although, that kind of disrupts the purpose of this canonically wise. So, if you're asking me canonically wise for this, it's very appealing. But you're asking me as a player for the appeal. Because I want to argue that you're letting the players play music in their cassette or in their boombox. And those music, for sure to them, is not something that plays in their world. It's for the players. So what stops us from having our own memory board? The shelf. Those wenjins belongs to the people or the agents that use them. So why do I have those as a collectible, right? So I think that kind of aligns with my argument. So somewhat appealing. I love it. But there's no personal input from the player. Because I love this. That's very appealing to me. But there's nothing personal that can appeal to me so far. Redo snapshots dynamic wallpaper. We will focus on this. Yes, it's very appealing to me. I love that there's more to what it can offer from when it started to become a feature or it became a feature. So having this section where it's non-agent type of dynamic wallpaper, it's very appealing to me. So I'll give them that. At your current stage, what is your main source of enjoyment? Oh, okay. Yeah. This is where I'm at right now. Main source of enjoyment, combat experience, signal search. It's not my main source of enjoyment because that's my goal, but it's not my enjoyment. Interesting story gameplay, video store management. Nah. Trust events, story content. Yes. Upgrading to become stronger. Yes. Because that's the point of this game for me. City exploration. This is Mew Mew, honestly. I wish there's more of this because it gives more rewards, and which is gonna be my main source of enjoyment. I'm enjoying the combat experience kasi it gives me rewards. Story content, of course, understanding everything and rewards. Upgrading makes it easier for me to reach the higher levels of floors, although it doesn't reward me that much anymore. Besides, well, it makes sense for it to reward me discs, to pull for discs. Yeah, so these make sense. Agent interactions. It takes me a lot of effort to be in the mood, but when it's actually time for me to invest time to have quality time with these agents, I love it so much. It's just that it's a chore until it becomes aligned with what I want to do. All of these are a really good main source of my enjoyment. This is just the top 3. And this is my personal experience, so I believe it's valid. Which statement below best describes your situation? Okay, so this acknowledges this. But I also want this latter part. I'll choose this. I want to have an option that I can relax. Brain a little off for having a long day. Yet I also want to have a challenging option. So comment, suggestions, open-ended. I believe I have that comment from last survey that I forgot to put. I acknowledge that they're trying to explore more game modes, and I will do my part as part of the community where I wish there's an instance where I can actually have a chance to replay some of the past events that had so much impact as a minigame. So the most memorable for me so far as a minigame is the Tower Defense Bamboo. I want to play that again. 2048, I want to have another chance to play that. Dear Proxy, thank you for filling out the survey. Please check your in-game mail to claim your reward. Thank you. Yeah. So that's it for me. I love that survey. It checks in with the players. So I hope there will be some changes. I hope I was able to give my contribution to make the game better in the future, as I love this game so much. It means so much to me. This is the first Hoyo game that I played and invested my time with. And I'm really drawn with the lore and with how I am invested with the progression of the story so far. And I've been here since day one, since July 2024. And it's almost a year. And I hope there's more real life events. I hope they can reach more communities to expose this game with. I hope more players come back to this game. And hopefully people come back because they've learned that ZZZ is more than their initial thought of this game was. Like the TV system, to me, it's a good feature. Yet to some people back then, it's what made them neglect a little attention or giving the game a try back in the day. I hope the game already implemented that it's an option for you to go through the story through the TV system. I hope it's an option because some players don't like it and they're being gatekept from what the latter part of the story, at least until 1.5, offers to players. Because at least until chapter 3, that's where you're gonna experience a TV story mode. So the players need to go through that, and if they don't align with it, they might step away from the game when they're missing out what could have been for them in the latter part of the game, the end game content, where the TV is not much dealt with. I enjoy the TV so much because of Arpeggio Fault, and it's so good that there's a dedicated gameplay for it, not seeped in through the story or the main story quest. Because I feel like a lot of players have been interested with the story because it's more interactive. I love the TV mode. It's just that if I'm not in the mood to solve puzzles and I just want action, I don't have a choice. Now, if I go to Arpeggio Fault, that is my choice to be there. Knowing how important the lore inside Arpeggio Fault is to the actual story, then chef's kiss for that. So that's my take. thank you for watching. To whoever's gonna watch this in the future, I'm still just doing recordings for fun. So I just thought I want to document my thought process while answering the survey. That's just my experience. It is a subjective take. It is debatable for a lot of people for sure when this ends up being uploaded. And I would understand we have different takes and opinions. I might be wrong even because it's been like what? Almost a month since I've last interacted with that web event, for example, for creating your own tickets for Astra's event in game. So there might be a disconnect for how accurate my experience were, but at least the way how I answered it is at least from how I remember it. So with how I remember it, it kind of shows how those features are impactful to me. Yet at the end of the day, I just want to give my feedback to the team that handles these kinds of surveys. So I hope I did my part. I mean well. I love the game, so I hope it goes through in a well-mannered way. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. So thank you so much again. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.